Show's over. That's it, guys. Just kidding. What's going on, guys? This is the Club of the Man 1993 coming at you, and I'm up here live to do another review, and I'll say somewhat of a rant because I definitely, once again, did not enjoy this episode of Monday Night Raw, the July 30th, 2018 edition of Monday Night Raw that took place in Miami, Florida. The show, once again, was just garbage. It was boring. Nothing felt like it mattered at all. It just feels like they're just trying to get by, but at the same time, trying once again to continue to push down our throats and continue to desperately get Roman Reigns cheered, of course. And somehow they got a decent reaction tonight. But then again, we're in Miami, near Rome, not far from Roman's hometown of Pensacola, Florida. So, of course, they are, the whole cheering thing. And now apparently rumors have it that backstage is concerned again about the reaction the match will get and Rome will get at SummerSlam. I mean, I really don't know what to say about in this review. I mean, I probably want to fly through this review because one, I'm super tired. I had a long, busy weekend and I had a busy day again today. I've just been doing a lot of things over the past few weeks. Just keep myself busy. So I'm tired and I'm going to be doing some ranting, but I don't want to get extremely, into my rants tonight because I do have the rest of my family in my house is pretty tired also. I don't want to wake them up. So I'm definitely going to, be criticized in a lot of things from the show. But I'm doing a review and just, going over my honest opinions of this Raw, which I'm sorry, it sucked. Once again, it sucked. Like so many, everything on Raw, as I'm saying, feels like, nothing, as I keep saying this whole year, Raw especially has been on lockdown because nothing is going to be good unless Roman Reigns gets his glorious reaction that Vince McMahon wants to get so bad from him. So that way he can be the one to dethrone the beast. And to do that, we had to make Brock Lesnar look even more and more and more like an asshole, like some guy who does not care at all about the WWE at all whatsoever, to the point that he apparently doesn't even want to show up now. We'll talk more, of course, about that, later on in the show, but let's get right into the show. Let's see what we got here. Hey, Mike, sucks Raw, so boring, but I know what will cheer you up. Paige here, hello. They're rehashing the same thing they did for the WrestleMania build. That's exactly what they're doing Raw with this whole Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar storyline, which, again, I will get into it and talk about it, though, in future parts of this review. Again, I'm not in the bad mood or anything. I'm just super tired, guys. Again, I had a long weekend, and I'm just, yeah. But anyway, so let's get right into this Raw. First, we had a dedication because over the weekend, Nikolai Volkov passed away. And then we also had Brian Christopher pass away also. So rest in peace to their souls. We have a recap of what happened in last week's main event where Roman Reigns beat Bobby Lashley in a number one contenders match, despite the fact that 8 days earlier, Bobby Lashley beat Roman Reigns at Extreme Rules. So Roman Reigns lost. And I don't know where he gets another opportunity. And he beats Bobby Lashley. And he's going to fight Brock Lesnar again. So the match at Extreme Rules between the two of them to prove who's a better man was absolutely pointless now at this point. And of course, we'll get into more of that later. We see a backstage segment where Brock Lesnar is walking alongside Paul Heyman with the Universal title. Roman Reigns comes out and he, of course, takes in the atmosphere he always gets. He says every time he comes down here, the energy and the noise is so loud. Miami deserves a special shout out. And he says, so does Bobby Lashley, because after going to war with him last week, he's going to say he respects Bob. I saw that. I'm just like, shut up. Don't even start with this again. This is seriously exactly what happened with Roman Reigns and John Cena. The moment that Roman Reigns won the match, it's okay. I respect you. I respect you. This and that. Shut up. Shut up. You literally, seriously, especially with what happened later on. If I was Bobby Lashley, I would be like, I'm done. Goodbye. Bobby Lashley should be the one. I have sympathy for Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley should be the one facing Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam, not Roman Reigns. And as Robbie said in the live chat, they're literally just doing the same exact thing again as they were WrestleMania 34, which, I'll admit I was given it a chance. I didn't mind the build for WrestleMania 34 match. The match just sucked. Like, that's it. We're done. But nope, WWE has again, reverted into desperation mode because nothing is going to be good on Monday Night Raw until Roman Reigns gets the freaking reaction he deserves. How much of it? That's why a lot of the good talent got moved over to SmackDown, so that way no one else can be rooted for on Raw except for Roman Reigns. But so now he respects Bobby Lashley, which made me puke. But he can't say the same thing about Brock Lesnar. The guy never shows up. We all know, blah, blah, blah. He doesn't show up. He doesn't defend the title. He has time to show up at UFC to get in the face of Daniel Cormier or whatever the heck his name is, blah, blah, blah. We heard that. Paul Heyman came out. He asked for forgiveness and offered Lesnar's congratulations on Roman's victory last week. But the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result, which, look at yourself, WWE. Practice what you preach. You have Paul Heyman saying that, yet you're doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting a different result. Not going to happen. All due respect, Roman should be in a padded cell, not in the main event of SummerSlam. He can go on and on about spearing Brock Lesnar through the cage, that he's the uncrowned Universal Champion, with Marcus' words. This is not a prediction, but a spoiler. At SummerSlam, Lesnar is going to put the big dog down and go to the UFC to become a two-sport champion. Roman tells him to shut up and that nobody cares what he has to say, and they just want Brock Lesnar to come out, so come on out, Brock. But Paul says that Brock is here now and comfortable with his luxurious locker room, and he'll come out when he feels like it, if he feels like it. But don't worry, at SummerSlam, Brock will, and Reigns cuts him off and says what he's going to do is he going to show up? If he does, he wants Paul to write this down. Roman will send Brock back to UFC, but not as his beast, but as Roman Reigns' bitch. Which, when he said that again, I'm just like, so literally, when Roman Reigns is in desperation mode, I'm starting to get sick and tired. I mean, don't get me wrong again. I'm not completely sick enough for Roman Reigns. Because again, he keeps saying it's not his fault. I want to cheer for the guy, but unfortunately, the talent is just continuing to get booked in a way of the WWE saying, "Screw you all. This is what we're going to do," as I keep constantly saying. I've noticed, though, over the years, especially the past year or so, when I get into these modes like this, they have Roman swearing in all of his promos. I really don't think Roman has to swear to make his promos look good. And I think it's starting to get a little bit annoying saying, you're Brock's, he's my bitch and whatnot, all that stuff. It's starting to me get old doing that concept of having to swear all the time. So I feel like, that's another problem I have, having him swear to make him sound tough and whatnot. People think, ooh, get a reaction on it. Well, we see right through you, Vince. We're not completely stupid. I have a college degree. Then we have backstage segment where Raw's getting ready for a scheduled match against McIntyre, and we see Ronda Rousey talking to Natalya backstage. She's getting ready for a match against Alicia Fox. And then we have backstage Brock Lesnar's reading a magazine. Paul Heyman storms in and asks him if he heard what Roman said. And Lesnar he doesn't watch the show. And then Paul brings up the clip for what Roman said. Brock just throws Heyman's phone against the wall and laughs before going back to his magazine. We have a match, Finn Balor versus Constable Corbin. I guess their feud is continuing. The match, I'll give it to when I saw highlights. Once again, it wasn't too bad. I mean, yeah, it keeps saying this match was a match worthy of being on Raw, but I mean, again, it's one of those things where it's I want to see both these guys benefit from this feud, because even though I know Baron Corbin has, has really fallen off on his momentum over the year. The past year, ever since he lost his Money in the Bank briefcase, I still think the guy has potential and whatnot. And, I was fine getting a victory, but just the way it happened and just what happened last week just really left a bad taste in me with this feud. Because one, again, it was a match Extreme Rules that, it was just a standard rules match. And it didn't feel like it was a match built for a pay-per-view. So them having a match on Raw, I was fine with. But what happened, last week with the whole Finn's Funhouse and the way Corbin beat him tonight and beat him down afterwards, they're kind of making Finn look silly. I mentioned also especially the builds. Well, okay, the builds from Raw to Extreme Rules were better, not great, but better. Um, but then building Money in the Bank was terrible. But I will give it. I thought that they were at least starting to. To me, it looked like that Finn Balor was starting to become a little bit of more of a serious contender. But ever since Money in the Bank, he's just some smiling idiot tries telling these stupid little jokes to Baron Corbin. And now look what it is. I feel like that's what he's coming across now in this feud with Corbin. So Corbin won 50-50 booking. Again, I don't mind seeing Corbin get something out of this, but it's starting to make Finn again look like he's just a stupid idiot, whatnot, and it's ridiculous. So yeah, Corbin beats Balor at the end of days, and he beats him down with some forearms in the barricade. Then we see Paul Heyman backstage demanding a new phone from a crew member, and he runs the Angle, tells him that Brock is contractually obligated to appear tonight. And Heyman says Lesnar fulfills obligations the moment he walked into the arena, but he wants more from Brock. He needs to go and get more himself because it's Angle's problem, not Heyman's. Kurt tells him that he controls his contract, and if Lesnar doesn't show up to the ring tonight, Paul Heyman's going to be terminated. Heyman questions how serious he is, but Kurt says he's dead serious. And Paul gets scared and runs off. We get another announcement about Evolution, of course, which I didn't keep track of how many times there was. Then we got a recap. Then we get a recap after the commercial break about the All Women's Pay-Per-View Evolution. We see Alicia Fox backstage working on preparation for match, and Alexa Bliss rolls up, and she says Mickie James was injured last week, so she handpicked Fox to replace her, and Ronda will be in Natty's corner tonight. But doesn't want Alicia to worry about her because Alexa has it under control. Bliss puts Fox over as a pioneer of the women's division, says that this is a chance to make even more history right now. And Alicia says she's going to hurt Natty so badly her cats will say meow. Get it? No, not funny. Let's just move on. Of course, and we have Alicia Fox versus Natalya. Why? Sorry, I just never cared for Alicia Fox at all. Not impressed with her at all. I mean, I heard she has a little bit of a backstory, which I haven't read yet, but just still never really that impressed with her. I don't know why. All of a sudden, she's, Alexa Bliss is, I mean, yes, apparently Mickey's injured, so now all of a sudden Alexa Bliss is working with Alicia Fox. She beats Daddy in a match I think you care about. Afterwards, Ronda does a beat down on her, but Alicia Fox, eventually cuts her off. Leads to a backstage segment with Ronda wanting to fight, and she's tired of what Alexa's doing. She doesn't want to wait till SummerSlam to fight again, but she doesn't want to get suspended either. So Angle makes a match next week for Ronda versus Alicia Fox. She thanks him and heads off. So okay, cool. We're at least getting Ronda Rousey fighting on an episode of Raw, which, I understand, people are starting to feel like Ronda's going to be the Brock Lesnar of the women's division, which, I won't deny it was scaring me for a minute, but my thing was Alicia was entertaining me. And now we're getting her in a match on Raw next week, so cool. I'm cool with that, but of course, it's against Alicia Fox. I do not really care at all, but, at least Raw does get in a match on Raw. We're back in Brock's locker room. He's reading a different magazine. Paul pitches a thought on him that he should go out to the ring. He'll sell a lot more t-shirts and the network subscriptions. Plus, he's out there and he can promote that he will be a 2-time UFC champion. He's just talking about the love and affirmation he felt there, and that Miami will give him the welcome that only he deserves. Yeah, right. It's not going to happen. Lesnar says that Heyman has no idea how under his skin he's getting right now. And he doesn't give a crap about the universe, nor even Heyman right now. He just wants to be at home on his couch, and he orders Paul to go give him a steak meal, and he shoos him off, pretty much. Once again, continuing to push down our throats of the of Brock Lesnar being the biggest asshole in the world, who apparently hates working for the WWE. Doesn't like to show up. Ronda Rousey. Oh, I'm sorry, I'll talk about that. Then we have Elias in the ring sing us a song. He plays a few bars before launching into his usual spiel about saying he's released his greatest album, and talks about all the other artists he's beaten out with his record. He says he could go on even higher on the charts, but he was interrupted by Bobby Lashley, who was eager to get embarrassed by Roman Reigns. He runs Miami down for loving Pitbull and The Rock, and goes as far as to say that The Rock wants no part of him. He starts playing again. And then Bobby Lashley comes out. Elias says what he's doing out here. And Lashley says he's a big fan, figured he'd come out to get a front row seat for this song. Elias, no matter what he says, he can see right through him. He doesn't just want to walk with Elias. He wants to sing with Elias. Lashley denies he wants to, but Elias pulls the crowd on Bob singing, and Cage said they're very into it, but it's not. He was not. They were not. Elias says he doesn't normally do this, but he's going to let Lashley sing with him, and he'll keep the show. It's slow and simple, so Bob can keep up. He starts singing "Rock and Robin," and Bobby Lashley starts singing it also when he gets to the chorus. Till Elias tags and beats him down, and Lashley recovers though and drops him with an over the belly to belly suplex. So let me get this straight here. A couple weeks ago, Bobby Lashley beat Roman Reigns at Extreme Rules in a high-profile match, ego versus ego, pretty much. Still have respect for each other. All of a sudden, Brock Lesnar is an opponent for SummerSlam. So instead of getting to the guy who beat Roman Reigns, which, obviously should have been a number one contenders match, all of a sudden, 2 triple threat matches had to meet again. Oh, what a coincidence. They have to fight again, and Roman beats Lashley. What was the point then of their match at Extreme Rules? So Lashley's not going to make a case saying that he feels that, he beat Roman Reigns. He deserves an opportunity also, and said you're giving him. Again, I would just be pissed. Now you have him feuding with Elias. And plus 2, why would Lashley start singing the song when he said he didn't want to sing the song in the first place? That segment just made me think of what the segments between him and Sami Zayn leading up to their match at Money in the Bank. That's exactly what this segment made me think of. So look at that. As I said before, if I was Bobby Lashley, I'd be saying I'm hitting the road, because his run this year has just been crap. He should have been getting that Universal Championship opportunity, but nope. Just a way for Vince to kiss our ass and saying, well, we'll let Bobby win this time, but that match won't matter. In 8 days, we'll have him face Roman again. Roman will win. Eat up the score at 1. So Roman can look strong, and they'll respect each other. Don't give me that bullshit, Vince. Check the live chat. Haven't checked it for a while. We got Dakota saying he's not happy. Raw was trash. The best part of Raw was McIntyre versus Rollins and Reigns promo. And did we just forget that Strowman said when Lesnar showed up, he was cashing in on him? What happened to that storyline? What would you have done if when Rock paid angle of Rock's music hit? Well, I would have gone nuts for The Rock. It's probably just, again, WWE trying to kiss our butts again by having Rock showing up for Roman Reigns' own benefit. But, yeah, you're right. Where was Braun Strowman? Yes, I know he's in a match where his contract is on the line at SummerSlam. I mean, they were told him he's not allowed to cash it in, but, why wasn't he out there confronting Brock? You're right. The match was actually 10 times better than the Extreme Rules. I'll give it that a Lashley and Reigns match was better than their match at Extreme Rules. I mean, I thought Extreme Rules wasn't bad. Lashley was still pretty good, but again, it just made that match look completely pointless. He loved when Reigns punched the smirk off Corbin's mouth. They don't deserve an all-one pay-per-view. It's only like 5 or 6 good female wrestlers. Is Brock done with Heyman now? Can't wait till Jeff tomorrow confronts Orton. He thought The Rock was going to come out when Elias badmouthed him. Same here, it didn't. And did you see Vegas facing Lana tomorrow? I did not, but that should be awesome. I look forward to seeing it. Backstage, we have Corbin running into a smiling Owens, who congratulates him and for wiping a smile off of Finn's face and offers him a towel and a bottle of water before saying that Corbin is his son's favorite wrestler now, and he's refreshed to finally have a male authority figure to look up to. And Corbin says that's why he's here, to inspire. Owens is concerned about the Brock Lesnar situation and paints it like Angle was unhappy with him getting a shot to win the Money in the Bank briefcase, and he's creating situations where Strowman could cash in before he gets a chance to wrestle for it. Corbin says he'll look into it, but until SummerSlam, that contract belongs to Braun, which, of course, Owens gets mad and throws the water and the towel off the side. You got to recap that stupid segment with Braun Strowman and Jinder Mahal and Neil Singh last week with the breathing exercises, setting up for a match between Braun Strowman and Jinder Mahal, which the match barely lasted at all. Owens comes out, takes the briefcase from Strowman. Yes, I get the fact that, teasing the fact that, Owens is going to manipulate Strowman like any way he can, because any situation, count out, disqualification, no matter what it is, either way, there's no advantage on Braun Strowman at all for their match at SummerSlam. So Owens grabs a briefcase and runs off. Of course, he hands it off to Sunil when Braun's chasing him around the ring until Owens runs away because he's run Owens run. And because of that, Braun gets counted out and Jinder Mahal wins. What was the point of that? Really? What is the absolute point? Did not care at all. Jinder wins by countout. We see Corbin again rolling up to Angle and gives him the phone to talk to Stephanie, expressing his concerns and admits he knows she's just trying to protect the SummerSlam main event, but there has to be some other way. He understands what she's saying and tells her to enjoy the rest of the show. So we find out what's going on there. We have Mojo Rawley backstage trashing everyone, pretty much just because he's on a roll. Then we have Bobby Roode roll up. He slow claps him and says he's got a problem with him. Mojo asks what if he did, asks if he's going to catchphrase him into a submission, even though it's weird because Bobby Roode doesn't really have a submission finisher. And then they start brawling. So, and then we're going to get a match between them next week. So, it looks like the first 13 will have a match, probably a pre-show match between these two at SummerSlam. I don't know if that'll still happen, but probably a pre-show match. I said, I keep saying how I do think they're maybe doing something with Mojo Rawley, but feud with Bobby Roode is not a good idea either because Bobby Roode needs to get some momentum going also. So getting the match on Raw next week, okay, whatever. We got that. We have Titus Worldwide making their way out. And then we have the Authors of Pain getting a picture-in-picture promo about Titus Worldwide were graciously offered a chance to turn the page, but they won't be so courteous tonight when Akam takes on Apollo Crews. Now Apollo Crews beats him with a schoolboy pin. AOP beat them twice, and they're still continuing this madness. Why? I don't know. And why have them lose like that? Don't know. Made them look stupid as well. Again, I'm sorry, guys. I just didn't really care about this episode tonight. Nothing really to say. Check the live chat just for the heck of it. Corbin told Owens that Strowman could cash in tonight, that the briefcase is his till SummerSlam. True, again, Strowman could have cashed in. But to me, as I keep saying before, they're continuing to now, this whole year, again, last year, they had to capitalize on Strowman's, momentum. Putting a Universal title on him, Brock taking it off him. They could have done that, to capitalize on him. But no. You have to make him look weak for one night here and there. And now to me, again, I know some people don't like Braun Strowman. I still think Braun Strowman is entertaining. But now to me, it just feels like he is bringing him out just for Vince to kiss some ass. Because they know that he got over on his own. So Vince thinks, that, we're going to be happy Braun Strowman's here. And, we'll be able to carry all that, happiness over to what's going on with his golden boy, Roman Reigns. Nope, not going to happen. We see right through using Braun Strowman as a kiss-ass figure. But we have Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre. Match was not too bad. I thought these two, definitely have good chemistry. I thought with what had been going on with the feud with Ziggler and Rollins, that's why I predicted card for SummerSlam. Maybe they would have Rollins take on McIntyre at SummerSlam. That way, can give McIntyre some singles competition experience on a big pay-per-view like SummerSlam, especially with the push he's probably in line to getting. But of course, the match ends, after Rollins hits a curb stomp on McIntyre. Ziggler comes in and starts beating him down. He escapes. He will literally be beaten down again during a backstage interview. So let me get this straight. Also, here's the problem I have with the match with Ziggler and Rollins at SummerSlam. So Rollins pinned Ziggler last week in a tag team match. Because of that, he has another opportunity for the IC title at SummerSlam. Well, one, how do you have another match after an Iron Man match on a pay-per-view? Two, if the main reason why Rollins is getting this match is because of the constant interference by Drew McIntyre, then why are they still allowing him to be at ringside? The only way this is going to be fixed, I feel, is if, like Dean Ambrose or Jason Jordan or somebody returns and is in Seth Rollins' corner. You watch, though, it'll be Roman Reigns. They'll probably go with that. But yeah, so why is this match happening if they're still they're going to be allowing Drew McIntyre to be in Seth and Dean Ziggler's Dolph Ziggler's corner? So Rollins wins by disqualification again. The match not too bad, probably the best match of the night. But yeah, once again, the match is happening at SummerSlam. Why? But nothing makes sense anymore. But it doesn't have to make sense. We see Angle and Corbin backstage again. But this time they roll up to Roman Reigns, informing Roman that Brock will appear later. Stephanie McMahon has asked him to be removed from the arena. First off, they don't know for sure Brock's going to come out or not, but they think they're now saying that removing Roman Reigns from the arena may help him do so. Roman and Karen asks when this is going to stop, as we want to know too. You know, again, this is once again Vince McMahon just talking to us through somebody else. When is this whole thing with Brock, with Roman Reigns being, you know, your golden image for the company, when you're just booking him poorly and shoving him down our throats? When's that going to end? Huh? Not anytime soon. So you're having your golden boy say it. He understands the Angle's under pressure, but the fact is he's not a yes man. Corbin tells the cops that Angle isn't happy about it, and then Corbin chuckles at Roman, so Roman just punches him in the face and leaves. We won't see him again for the rest of the night. B Team, Bo Dallas and Axel came out for an interview. Bo says the B team stands for dream, and they wake up every single morning pinching themselves to show that it's real. Axel says they dream to live, that he never wants to wake up. Dallas talks about the support from their B teammates in the W Universe. Axel freaks out about the leaders of worlds, and Bo calls them sore losers. Axel talks how they're not scared. They're tag champions. They can be the best team out there anywhere. Then if the leader of world show up in the ring, which, you know, why couldn't they just appear on a Titantron first before coming out? Their promos there, but nope, everything's going to be in the ring. Matt Hardy says their success is a cosmic anomaly, and they've displaced the balance of the universe, so they have to mend the drapery of all space and time. Bray says they talk about their dreams as if they're real, but dreams are fleeting and can't be touched. Nightmares, though, are real, made up of your insecurities and subconscious fears, and the leaders are the B team's nightmares made flesh. Matt says they'll haunt them until they're deleted. There's a delete chant, which I thought maybe this was teasing the setup for an all-but deletion match, but no, it wasn't. As the Revival come out, they tell the leaders of the world they don't even understand what he just said, and more than that, how are these four delusional buffoons atop of the tag team division? Newsflash, they're the team that defeated Bobby Lashley and Roman Reigns, so step aside and let a pair of real top guys get the job done. B team are happy to step aside, but Dallas gets shoved into Scott Dawson, and we get a 3-team brawl. But then we set up for a tag team match between the leaders of Worlds and Revival. Match is what it was. The Revival won the match by pinning Bray Wyatt. So I don't know if the leaders of Worlds are out of the tag top picture now, and now the Revival are. And the B team's tweeners are baby faces now. Who knows? But we'll see what happens. Again, just did not really care about this episode at all whatsoever. Nothing in the live chat. Then we have the Riot Squad making their way out to the ring. And then we have Sasha Banks and Bayley come out, which they're still buddy-buddy. They're now the Boston Hug Connection now. That's what they're calling them. Match happened. They work together fine. They win. So are we just now extending this a few more weeks, acting like they're fine again until, you know, Sasha makes a turn? Or are we literally just throwing the storyline out the window and nobody cares at all whatsoever? I don't know. I just don't care anymore either about this whole feud with Bayley and Sasha. They had the perfect opportunity to put in something great, but nope, just dragging it out to the point that we just do not care anymore. Finally, we see Heyman in Brock's locker room again. He says the show's almost over and asks us to come out and take a bow before going out to get steak. He sells him on it by mentioning that Roman Reigns has been removed from the arena, to which Brock asks if he's gotten paid. Paul confirms that he's been paid and puts it straight. He knows he has a contract with him and he appreciates it. And if Lesnar doesn't go to the ring, Angle's going to fire him. If Angle fires him, he can't do his job. So please just go out to the ring for a minute. If not, if for no other reason that because they're friends. And then Brock gets up and grabs Heyman and says they're not friends, and Heyman works for him, not the other way around. He asks Paul how long he's been leeching off him and tells him to march his ass out there and do his job. And then we have Angle and Corbin go out to the ring. Kurt calls out Heyman to produce Lesnar. Heyman comes out and does the usual entrance in a sad version. And Kurt starts yelling at him about the duties of a champion that Brock doesn't fulfill, calling him the worst Universal Champion of all time. Heyman says he's right. Brock is the worst champion of all time, and he's trying to rehabilitate him, not as a UFC fighter, but as a WWE entertainer. But Lesnar doesn't want to listen to him, and only barely tolerates Heyman himself. He tried to remake Brock into Angle's image, the fact that he just won't listen, and there are any ramifications to take out, they should be on Brock, not him. Angle tells him he's full of crap, and Paul reiterates his point, saying he tried all night, but Brock doesn't care. He doesn't respect anyone here, but Heyman respects Angle and thinks the world of him. As a matter of fact, he'd like to have a better working relationship with him. Kurt then pretty much tries to terminate Paul's contract, but Heyman falls over and begging him for not to remove his job. And then Brock comes out. Why did Brock come out? He just comes out, takes the microphone off of Heyman. He gets in Corbin Angle's face, asking if they have a problem with him. And he hits an F5 on Angle. Corbin just runs away like a coward. And then Heyman and Brock are standing together, but then Brock grabs Heyman by the head and jaw and puts him down to the mat. Paul complains that he can't breathe, and Brock just lets up and pretty much, starts yelling at him. And then we get Vince's dream comes true. We got a "We Want Roman" chant as the show goes off the air. So, yeah, first off, again, this is a Miami crowd, not too far from Pensacola. Obviously, Roman Reigns is more liked in Miami, so it's close by for his home. But like Robbie said earlier in the live chat, they're just trying to do the same storyline that they did leading into WrestleMania 34, and they're doing it again. As I said earlier, somebody on the show tonight said that, it's like trying something over and over again, expecting different results. It's exactly what's happening here with the storyline. And the other thing is, too, here's the thing. So now they have Brock Lesnar show, makes like he doesn't want to be there. He wants to be a lazy son of a gun and just sit his ass on the couch the whole time and just eat steak and potatoes. Well, here's the thing. Anytime before this whole thing with Roman and Brock happened, where Brock's not here, doesn't show up to work, he doesn't do anything that a champion has to offer. But before that, Brock Lesnar wanted to show up, when he showed up to cause destruction. Now all of a sudden, why is he all of a sudden this, big time WWE hater? Yes, I'm also saying the fact that, they never explain, why Brock gets these special privileges, but at the same time, also, why all of a sudden is Brock Lesnar being a full-on WWE hater, saying, he acts like he doesn't want to do any of this? Why, if he doesn't care that much, why not just, relinquish the Universal title? Nope, we gotta wait to that moment where Roman Reigns will get that great reaction over Brock Lesnar. I keep saying, if you wanted this to happen, yes, you would have gotten a bad reaction, but then again, you sucked up and still did at WrestleMania 32. Why not to have Roman just win the title off of Brock at WrestleMania 34? No one's going to care. Nobody's going to care about this match. And that's how it went off the air. I got nothing else to say. This show gets a D for me. The Rollins and McIntyre match wasn't too bad. The ending was interesting, but again, it's just another way of just shoving Roman down our throats again. Even though I do kind of appreciate them, trying to do something different with, Brock and Heyman not being on the same page, even though now they're trying to get sympathy on Heyman, so that way hopefully they transfer on to Roman Reigns, but it won't work. But yeah, other than like a few little small things, the show gets a D. Another awful show of Raw, not worth checking out at all. Check the votes before I check the live chat one more time, because I'm tired. I feel disgusting. Well, as I need to get a shower, and I'm going to bed. So for my grades for Raw, 9 votes, 33% said A, 11% said B, 22% said C, and 34% said D or lower. Again, I give this episode of Raw a D. That's my grade. Let's see here. because I'm over Brock, I would strip him for attacking Angle. Yeah, it's the other thing too. Also, why wasn't Brock's job ever threatened tonight? Heyman's was, but Brock's wasn't. Why wasn't he all threatened to get his title stripped off? If he really wants to be a two-sport champion that badly, he'll defend it. But all of a sudden, you're booking him as he does not care at all, even though he enjoyed just destruction months ago. Why? If they want to have Heyman let's just flat out say he's tired of facing Roman Reigns, he's beaten everything here, what else does he have to really do here, pretty much? Then, okay, then that would make somewhat more sense. But nope, it's just all for Roman's benefit. Nothing on Raw matters unless your name's Roman Reigns, as I keep saying. We got Ryan Great saying WWE equals World Whack Entertainment. We got Rio McLovin saying what's up. Paul Heyman advocate for Kevin Owens would be interesting. Rock could be done with Heyman. The crowd chant, "We want Roman." Loud and weird. Okay, that's too much there. You're getting blocked. Anyways, but yeah. So yeah, that's all I can say. This episode of Raw was just awful. Nothing maybe got me excited for SummerSlam at all. Just once again, nothing matters except for Roman Reigns on Raw. So that's that. So what grade would you guys give tonight's episode of Raw? Leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. Be sure to always click my like and subscribe for content coming to the channel. Follow me on Twitter at DemandAirBriny3. I should be home in time for SmackDown tomorrow. May not be because I'm going out to dinner with some friends, but I should catch SmackDown tomorrow. Now I'll review SmackDown live tomorrow night. So until then, guys, I'm checking out. Have a good night. I'm going to bed because I'm tired. Peace out, everybody.